My party for 220 people, it's arrived.
It's tomorrow?
Thank God, no. It's starting Monday. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wow.
And then I have a virtual day on Thursday because I'm going to actually be traveling to New Orleans.
Oh, for
It's
what?
just meetings. So I can just kind of like tune in on my phone. But Andrew, Andrew's uncle, so I guess my uncle and aunt, they live in Louisiana. And every year for Easter, they do this like really big holiday run. It's this whole big thing in New Orleans. And it's like a lot of fun. And we used to do it every year with them, but we haven't done it since COVID.
Hmm.
So this is our first time doing it again since then.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're supposed to run a 10K, but I haven't trained at all. And I kind of have a leg injury. So
Oh,
I don't think I'm going to run. I'm just going to walk it or something.
yeah. Probably a good idea. Maybe like half walk, half run. Because walking a 10K,
It'll
what
take
is it, six
forever.
miles? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that takes a good amount of time.
Yeah. I'll take forever. Yeah. So I think I might try to run a little bit. I have you ever pulled your groin muscle?
I don't think so. I think I've pulled my hamstring before.
I didn't even know that was considered my groin muscle. It's just like your inner thigh.
Yeah. It's definitely been sore, but I don't think I've ever pulled it.
I think I've pulled it because it's like anytime it moves, it's like, don't do that.
Oh no. Man,
Yeah.
both you
So
and
it's only
mom.
like,
I was gonna say both you and mom falling apart.
oh my God, mom's foot looks so bad.
It looked pretty rough.
It looked like it's been like 2 weeks, I think.
Gosh. Oh man, I don't like that.
I know. It's like amputate.
It's the only option. To clarify to everyone, it's a bruise. She sprained her ankle and it's bruised.
Yeah.
But bruises don't look pretty.
No, it looks really bad. And her foot looks really fat. And it's like, it's normally very like thin and bony. And now it's like plump. And I texted in our family chat. I was like, that looks even worse than when Chrissy's friend Sabrina stomped on my foot with her high heel at Chrissy's wedding.
I
And it
don't
went,
think I knew that.
I mean, I guess you were in Italy because I was sending it in the group text because we were all sending you off with, I was gonna say Twizzlers. What did we send
I
you off with?
wish.
Were they
Ribbons.
ribbons with ribbons? And we were going like up and down and jumping and stuff. And she like jumped up and then her heel like landed right in the middle of my foot.
Oh my God.
And I said like a lot of explicitives and I was like, oh, that hurts really bad. And she's like, oh my God, are you okay? And she's very apologetic. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But then it did turn like a little black later.
How much of it turned black?
It was just like the circle, like just like a little, maybe the size of like a hockey puck.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of a lot for your foot. That's like your whole foot.
It was like the top part of my foot. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I know. She felt so bad. I was like, I can't even make fun of you because now I feel bad.
Yeah, Sabrina's too sweet. You can't make fun of Sabrina.
I know she was really taking the fun out of it for me. And I was like, okay, all right, I guess I'll just be injured then.
Worst case scenario.
I mean, it kind of is. It's like
You
now
injure
I'm
me
injured.
and you're nice.
Yeah, the worst. But anyway, I can't remember how we started talking about that, but I'm planning that
Your big
party.
party.
Oh, yeah. So I'm planning the big party. I got my $25.
That was your payment? Oh my gosh. I
It's
can't believe
great.
it. What are you gonna
Yeah,
spend it on?
I already spent it.
Was it worth it?
It just went into the money pit of it's like, I don't know, as an adult, it's like $25 on your paycheck. It's like, I don't even, whatever. It turns into a bill.
Yeah.
I,
That's like a rounding error. $25 isn't even enough to notice.
no, no.
That's
So
disappointing.
yeah, but that's okay. I'm also I've been applying for promotions.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
So
exciting.
I know there's been a lot of manager jobs opening up, and I was like, let me throw my hat in the ring,
Ooh.
see what happens.
Have you told them about your extracurriculars as a podcast host?
I thought you were going to say my extracurriculars as a party planner.
I can plan all the parties.
They're actually very impressed with my party planning. They're like,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
the level of organization this takes. And I was like, yes, I'm very organized. Just don't come to my house.
Only in certain scenarios.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
so
So tell us about TJ Klune.
TJ Klune, yes. So the book that we are reading today is House in the Cerulean Sea, and that is written by TJ Klune, which is a pen name.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I'll get to that in a minute. I never found out what his real name was, but TJ Klune he keeps his Wikipedia squeaky clean,
Unlike other people we know.
unlike other people. His his Wikipedia page almost made me cry.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like really
I'll look it up
sweet.
now.
I know. It's just like really sweet. And you're just like, oh my God. Okay. So TJ, he was born in 1982. So that means that he is 41 years old as of this podcast recording, which is 2024. He started writing when he was 8 years old, and his inspirations include Stephen King, Wilson Rawls, Patricia Nell Warren, Robert McCammon, and Terry Pratchett. And of those authors, I only know Terry Pratchett and Stephen King, but they're really great authors.
I don't know Terry Pratchett. What kind of books does he write?
He wrote, and let's not make a liar of me, I believe he wrote Good Omens.
He did. 1990.
Yep, Good Omens, which I watched they made like a TV show about it, and I watched the first season with Andrew. But Andrew has that condition where he can only watch one season of something at a time, and then he has to wait a year to 18 months to watch the next season.
Oh my gosh.
And we
It
just
wasn't
haven't
made for
gotten,
the 21st century.
yeah, so we just haven't gotten there yet.
We're still in the waiting phase.
Yeah, but what I believe it's about, because I can barely remember now, it's something about like the devil or something, and he is like walking around the world, and there's some angels that are there, and they're trying to make sure he doesn't get activated and
Oh,
turn into the Antichrist.
oh my.
I think it's something like that. But it's very like fun. I just remember the show was like very fun and punchy.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you have Terry Pratchett, and then you have Stephen King, and then you have other authors who I'm sure are of equal caliber, but I just haven't heard of them before. His first novel is called Bear, Otter, Kid, was published in 2011, and it's part of the Seafair series. And he writes a lot of series.
Mm-hmm.
His motivation for this book came because, in his experience, there's often poor, offensive stereotypes of queer characters within stories.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to write a story that accurately represented queer relationships, and that they're not these like stereotypical type of things, but they're just very relatable and positive. I thought that was a really great motivation to write a book. So his series include The Seafair, and I put that the Bear Otter Kid was part of the Seafair series, but now I'm not sure. Okay. But the Seafair series, another notable book was in 2013. He wrote Into This River I Drown, and that was motivated because he was processing the death of his father.
Mm.
And it's a supernatural tale about grief and love in a small town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then his other series include tales from Verania, How to Be, Immemorial Year, Green Creek, and The Extraordinaries.
Cool.
TJ Klune is open about his lived experiences with asexuality, queerness, and neurodiversity. And I did want to note that his Wikipedia page said that he's an LGBT plus author, but or it's like LGBTQ author, but he is asexual, and that's A. So I think it should be LGBTQIA plus. So I added that in my notes.
I thought you were going to say you edited the Wikipedia. I said, well, that's next level.
Oh my God. Oh, maybe I should.
5 likes and we'll do it. 10 new
Perfect.
subscribers.
Yes. So TJ, he's open about his experience being asexual, queer, and then also neurodivergent. And then he wanted to create fiction in that space because there's a lack of representation. And I thought this was really sweet. TJ proposed to author Eric Arvin at Gay Rom Lit Conference in Atlanta, Georgia in 2013.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
really sweet. But sadly, Eric passed away after many years of health struggles in 2016. And I was like, oh, that makes me so sad
That
because
is
they weren't
super
together
sad.
very long.
Oh.
I know. And TJ, he just seems like a really nice guy. Anyway, okay. In 2017, he was nominated as MM author on Goodreads. And M/M, I didn't know what that was. So I Googled it. And that means like men who have sex with men. And so then I went down this rabbit hole of what is that versus gay, because that's what I thought it was. And what I was able to pull out from my brief research is that M/M, you can have sex with men or maybe with women. You can be gay or bi. You can kind of be on the spectrum. But if you're gay, it's like very specific.
All right.
Um, he also wrote a book, Under the Whispering Door. And I highlighted this because now I'm on all of these Facebook groups for book clubs. And this
Mm-hmm.
one popped up on my feed today as someone who read it. And they said that they were just in tears sobbing because it was so sad.
Oh no. What's it called?
Under the Whispering Door.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
so I pulled out what this story was about because then I was really curious. And so this is like the clip from Goodreads or whatever. It says, when a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own funeral, Wallace begins to suspect he might be dead. And when Hugo, the owner of a peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace decides he's definitely dead. But even in death, he's not ready to abandon the life he barely lived. So when Wallace is given 1 week to cross over, he sets about living a lifetime in 7 days. Hilarious, haunting, and kind, Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building a home.
Oh.
And so basically what happens is that Wallace and Hugo, like they fall in love and they have this whole lifetime within this week as he's crossing over.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I really like all of his fantasy and just how his imagination of all these worlds. That's a lot to come up with. But I really like it. It's like whimsical, also has a lot of meaning.
Yes. Yeah. I know. And the only book that I've read of his is The House by the Cerulean Sea, but I loved it so much. And based on all of his other books that I was looking at, I feel like they're all in that same kind of caliber, same kind of flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's written a lot. He's been
Yeah.
busy.
He's been very busy, but that might also be because there's not a lot in his genre space.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's not a
I
lot of
gotta fill it up.
competition, well, there's not a lot of competition. You can't say someone's written something like that before,
I guess that's true.
you know?
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like you can just copy paste a plot and then change the characters.
Well, maybe he's doing what Nicholas Sparks did.
I don't really know what he did. Was it like fan fiction kind of thing?
Nicholas Sparks,
Isn't
he
that like
was like
romance?
he was like the John Green before John Green.
No, no, no. But you like Nicholas Sparks.
I don't like Nicholas Sparks either.
You don't?
It's like corny to me, but other people
Oh,
love it. Like The
this
Notebook, like things
isn't
like
John
that.
Green.
But sometimes, like, I guess what I'm saying is like, I feel like when an author finds like their wheelhouse and like their niche,
Mm-hmm.
they can just start cranking these stories out.
Like Stephen King. He's written like
Stephen
a
King.
million.
Yes. Yes. I don't know if I told you, but I finished
Oh, the book you mentioned.
mm, Fairy Tale. Oh, it was fabulous.
Okay.
It was so good.
I don't know.
It
What was
really
the
wasn't that
scare
scary.
factor? I don't know.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to note is that House by the Cerulean Sea, it has like a lot of these memes that were popping up that Chrissy and I both noticed were from Greek mythology, but I don't know anything about Greek mythology. So I was Googling them and trying to figure out what they meant. And these were the few that I pulled out.
Okay.
So we have Parnassus, and that's one of the main characters in the book. And that is the mountain in Greece where the muses lived, and there's 9 different muses.
Oh,
And
cool.
I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And luckily, Google told me, and
Music.
well, the metaphor of Parnassus is for the arts and learning.
Makes sense. That
Mhm.
tracks.
Yep. The main character, Linus, his cat is named Calliope.
Yeah, that sounded
And
Greek.
yes, Calliope is the eldest of the 9 Greek muses. She is
Mhm.
the goddess of music, song, and dance. And I found this on the Wikipedia page. She is the mom of Orpheus and Linus.
What? I didn't
It's
know
almost,
Linus was a Greek god name.
yeah, I didn't know that either. I thought it was the Peanuts.
That's what I thought. Linus and Lucy. I thought Lucy was gonna pull the football out.
Yeah. So it seems that TJ does know his mythology because when I was like, oh my God, she's the mom of Linus. And then I was like, that he probably picked that because, okay.
That's
So,
interesting though. So the cat is the mom. That tracks. Cat's in charge.
yeah, she kind of gets him out of his shell. So Linus of Thrace, as his professional name is, he is master of eloquent speech and reputed musician.
Hmm.
So that kind of felt like a little bit of an irony to me.
Right.
Our Linus is, I would say, neither.
Right. He likes listening to music.
He
But
does
as
like
far as we
listening
know, he
to
does not
music,
produce any on his own.
nor is he very eloquent of speech.
Right.
And then the last is that Linus lives on, and I don't know how to say this anymore because there's the fancy place called Hermes,
Oh yeah.
but
Hermes.
I've always said Hermes.
I think the Greek god is Hermes, but the brand is Hermes.
Uh, okay, so Hermes, he's the messenger of the gods. And if you remember from your Disney literature,
Of course.
Hercules, he is the one who has the little trumpet and announces that everyone's arriving. And then he has the little like Nike sneakers with with the
Just
wings on the
running
back.
around.
Yeah. So did you pick out any other Greek names?
Well, okay. So I started to, but then I saw, I think, what is a spoiler. And then I was like, I can't do it anymore. So, but I didn't notice any others while I was reading them.
Okay.
Hermes and Calliope were the ones I noticed. I thought Chapel White, is that something? I looked up that one, but I didn't find anything. So, but there is a Chapel Waite. I think it's a Stephen King, or no. Yeah, it is a
Oh,
Stephen King.
he was inspired by Stephen King.
I mean, but I don't, it's spelled differently. I don't know if it's pronounced Chapel White though. Do you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So,
And it was a one season only. Well, and this was I don't I don't think I don't think they're related because it's based on the short story Jerusalem's Lot by Stephen King. So that looks promising, but it started in 2021.
mm,
Now maybe
probably not.
Chapelwaite, maybe that term is something in the book. I mean, it
Oh,
probably
maybe.
is
That we haven't gotten
because
to.
what?
It's something that we haven't gotten to.
No, I'm just saying like maybe if you read what it was based on Jerusalem's Lot, maybe you see what
Oh, oh, oh.
Chapelwaite is. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's a place or something. I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
see. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I also thought that Talia was a Greek god.
Oh, yeah.
Did you look it up?
I think I did and I found nothing.
Yeah, I think I found nothing too, but it's because Talia is a character in Percy Jackson. So I just assumed that it was a Greek thing, but I think actually it's just a normal name.
Okay, well, there's Thalia with an H.
Isn't that
One of
how, is that different?
Thalia.
Oh, I thought that's how it was spelled here. Maybe it wasn't.
Oh, well, in
Oh,
Greek
no, you're
religion,
right.
this is one of the 9 muses, patron of comedy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow. Oh my gosh, we cracked the code. The H made all the difference.
Whoa. He tried to cover his tracks.
Nothing's getting past us.
Nope, we got it all. We're on to you, TJ. Okay, any others?
I don't know. I mean, they all had interesting names, Chauncey, Fee, but
Yeah, I didn't see anything for Chauncey.
yeah.
Okay, well, we'll keep noodling on it. How much time do we have left? Not a lot.
On our timer?
Yeah.
Well, our timer already went off, but since we're talking about the book, I figured it was okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think
let's get
that's a good
into it.
intro.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. Well, thank you for the author summary. I feel like I know TJ so much better now.
I know. Are you gonna do it?
But we're not TJ. Welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Candice.
And today we are starting The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune.
That's right.
Okay, so we know there's some Greek characters in here. Do we want to go chapter by chapter again? Or do one big summary?
Um, let's go chapter by chapter, but just like really just the highlights.
Okay, sounds
Really
good.
quick.
Well, I think you'll be very surprised to know I have summaries written down for pretty much every chapter.
Wow.
I know. It's like I
Look what a
came prepared.
spring break can do for a grad student.
Incredible. That was my last break of the semester. So
Mhm.
that's it. Alrighty. So chapter one, it opens up and we meet Linus Baker, our main character, and he's examining an orphanage and is interviewing all the children for his report. He interviews Daisy, who let her happiness get the best of her when Marcus stole her colored pencils and she accidentally threw a chair at him using her mind powers.
Mhm.
All the children seem happy in the orphanage, though, so Linus seems to approve of things. But the orphanage master does not seem to approve of Linus's work and asks how he can work for Dicemy in good conscience.
Mhm.
So we learn in this chapter that there's magical creatures, that there's something called Dicemy that Linus works for, and that there seems to be some tension between the orphanage master and what Linus does.
Yeah, and I think it TJ really sets up this idea that you have these magical children and they have these powers and they're taught to dim their lights. They're not taught how to use their powers effectively. They're taught how to control their powers so that they don't use them at all.
Yeah.
Was kind of how I took it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that, but yeah. I could see that. Yeah, there's definitely like the orphanage master is like really nervous and is trying to hide the fact that Daisy uses her
Mm-hmm.
powers. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, because it starts off and he's like, Daisy, like, how often do you use your power? And then she's like, once or twice a year. And then Linus is like, a year? And then she's like, a month, a week. And then she's just trying to like fill in
Yes.
the answer with whatever's gonna make everything go away.
Yeah.
Because they're very fearful that if they give the wrong answer, that they're gonna have these bad consequences happen.
Yeah. Makes sense. I thought
Okay.
this was a really clever way to introduce the world without getting into the plot yet. So I totally
Mm-hmm.
thought Daisy was going to be a big part of the story, but I don't think she ever comes up again.
Nope. And that is a theme that we start seeing later on where Linus goes in to these orphanages and he's like the food inspector and he gives them a grade, an A, a B, a C, or D. He submits his report and then he never sees these people again.
Yeah.
So he doesn't see the impact of him giving a bad review or a
Mhm.
bad grade or even a
Right.
good grade. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
But those were the big highlights that I had for that.
I thought so too. Okay, I did make a note though. Did this remind you of lessons in chemistry where the kids are just so witty and clever and seem to be smarter than the adults?
You know what? Not this chapter because I feel like it to me it felt very relatable in the
Hmm.
sense that the kid is looking to the adult for what is the right answer and they're just kind of guessing.
Okay.
So to me, that felt believable. Did it not feel that way for you?
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was fun. Um, I forget exactly what the line was. I think it was the happiness thing where Daisy is saying like, "Oh, I let something get the best of me," and Linus is like, "Happiness get the best of you?" And she's like, "Yeah, happiness." She's like, "That's what I felt when he stole my crayons was happiness."
Yes. Yes. Okay, that was a little unbelievable. Were you shaking in your boots that I brought us to lessons in chemistry 2.0?
Well, that's not the last time I mentioned lessons in chemistry in my summaries. So
Oh God.
but no, this is like what lessons in chemistry could have been.
I was gonna say like maybe that's your Stephen King. That's your horror book.
I think it's all of our horror books. If you haven't listened to lessons in chemistry, you shouldn't. Skip those.
Skip those. Go to Elantris. That one was fun. A lot of laughs there. Okay. The other thing that I pulled out is that Linus is thinking that these orphanages are to have the children get adopted.
Oh.
And the orphan master is talking to Linus and he says, they don't see the children. She said, not for who they are, only what they're capable of. Linus, they should be given a chance, as all children should. What hope would they have to be adopted if they're treated as something to be feared? The master snorted, adopted. And so Linus is living in this like Delulu land where these kids are actually getting adopted and he's trying to help people. And the implication is that these children do not get adopted, and we don't know if Linus is actually helping them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm seeing as I'm looking through the chapter more, I'm seeing more of what you're saying. There's like posters on the walls that say like quiet child is a healthy child and it's
Mm-hmm.
like who needs magic when you have your imagination.
Yes.
So that is definitely the goal here.
Yes.
Also dikemi, we do learn what that means in this chapter pretty much. We learn that it stands for Department of in Charge of Magical Youth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who he works for.
Mm-hmm.
The
And then
government.
there's the parent organization, Dicoma, which is the same thing but for adults. So Dicome has the Y and then Dicoma has the A.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought this was a funny scene. The orphan master is just like, oh, I have this question, I have that question. And Linus is like, you can always ask me any questions that you have. So then he starts asking, or she starts asking all these questions. And Linus is like, submit it in writing as he called already through the door. I look forward to it.
Exactly how this would all go.
Yeah. And then he's like, now you've gone and done it, old boy. She'll send you hundreds of questions. I can still hear you, the master said through the door. Okay. So that really is all I have for chapter one.
All right. Yeah, I think that's all I have too. All right, chapter 2.
Chapter two.
All right. So chapter 2, we get an inside scoop on Linus Baker's work life. His boss looks like Yzma and acts like the boss from Lessons in Chemistry.
Oh.
Linus has been summoned to extremely upper management tomorrow, and no one knows why, but his boss, Bedelia, suspects it's because Linus has complained about her management style. Linus goes home after everyone else does, so he doesn't have to bother knocking into their desks because he's larger than the aisles. He then forgets his umbrella, misses the bus, gets soaked in the rain and in the puddles, gets harassed by his nosy ancient neighbor who rattles him about being lonely and dancing in his pajamas at night and tries to set him up with her accountant nephew. Then he goes into his house and talks to his crusty cat and eats his salad with 2 drops of dressing, and he prepares for his meeting tomorrow with extremely upper management. The end.
TJ painted just the grimmest and bleak. You're like, this ain't good.
There's nothing good. What was the worst part?
The worst part to me is that his only glimmer of hope was looking at this like worn out mouse pad of the beach saying, "Don't you wish you were here?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And then I don't know if it's this chapter or next, but you find out that he does try to get to the beach one time and he takes the day off, but then they
Oh,
call him back in.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so sad.
Ugh. And we find out he's been doing this for 17 years.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was shoot my brains out. Like 17 years? No way.
But he just seems like the type of guy who's like, this is what I do. He's not looking for
Yep.
change. This is
Hmm.
just his life.
Well, TJ has very good word choice. There's a couple words that I
Hmm.
didn't know.
Ooh.
So I thought we could go over them.
Which ones?
Okay, I'll
Be
read the
like a quiz
sentence.
game.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So this is when he's talking about how he's trying to get out of the desks and he always waits for everyone else to leave so that he
Hmm.
doesn't like bump them as he's going. So it was one of the reasons he usually waited until the room was mostly empty before he left for the day. That and the fact that he recently turned 40 and all he had to show for it was a tiny house, a crusty cat that would probably outlive everyone, and an ever expanding waistline his doctor had poked and prodded with a strange amount of glee while bloviating about the wonders of dieting.
I assume I didn't know that word either. I assumed bloviating just means like going on and on about like excitedly or no, maybe like preaching about kind of.
That's very good. Very good. I can see why you do well on your SATs. Okay. So the formal Oxford is talk at length, especially in an inflated or empty way. And
Mm.
then Cambridge says to speak a lot in an annoying way as if you were very important.
Wow, that's such a good word.
A great word.
Bloviating. It sounds
Yes.
like it should mean that.
Yes.
Just bloviating on and on.
Yeah. Yes.
That's so good. Okay, what's our next word?
Um, odious.
Ooh. Do you want to read the
Gunther,
sentence?
yeah, you're not going to get a lot. Gunther was odious.
Doesn't it mean like smells bad? Or maybe just awful?
So I was thinking from
Abhorrent?
Brandon Sanderson, one of his big series, the big bad is named Odium.
Oh,
Yep. So I was thinking like evil.
okay.
Odious means extremely unpleasant, repulsive.
Not necessarily smell.
No, but some of the similar things could be repellent, repugnant, repulsive. It's in that same family, but it's not quite smell.
Okay. All right. Well, we got similar
Mm-hmm.
idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, who's Gunther? Is that just one of his workers, coworkers?
I think he's Mrs. Jenkins' sidekick.
Oh.
So
Oh,
Yzma,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
the
Yzma.
evil yeah, the evil boss Yzma, aka Mrs. Jenkins, she has this sidekick, Gunther, and Gunther has like risen to the tops because his dad is in like extremely upper management or something, or upper management perhaps, and got him the job. And so Gunther walks around acting like he's super important and way better than everyone.
These names all fit. Like Gunther, that sounds just like what a Gunther would do.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so there's definitely like a lot of humor in here.
Cool.
A lot of funny lines.
I have the sentence. This isn't a vocab sentence. I just thought it was so funny though.
Yeah.
So he's talking about Mrs. Jenkins, Yzma, boss lady, and it says she appeared to have applied her makeup in the dark without the benefit of a mirror.
The funny scene I pulled out was when Yzma is like asking Linus if he likes her management. And so um, she said, "What exactly do you like about my supervisory technique?" Mrs. Jenkins asked. Conundrum. Linus didn't like to lie about anything. Even little white lies caused his head to ache. And once he started lying, it became easier to do it again and again until one had to keep track of hundreds of lies. It was easier to be honest. A truth. So then, and then there came, okay, then what he ended up saying is, it's very authoritative. And I thought that was funny.
Linus is super funny. I mean, just all the writing.
His dialogue is like very, I mean,
Yes,
it's clearly it's TJ, but it's like
right.
Linus's inner dialogue is very funny.
It's just so quick,
Yes.
very curt.
I agree. This is what lessons in chemistry could have been. A strong message, punchy writing,
Yeah, yeah, punchy. That's a good word.
but one theme.
Well, I mean, we still have half the book. Who knows what'll
That's
happen?
true. That's true. We see how horrible the working conditions are if you don't believe us. Yzma tells Linus, you need to be at the meeting for extremely upper management at 9 o'clock sharp. And she's like, God help you if you're late. You will, of course, make up the time you missed after on the weekend if necessary.
Oh
You
my
aren't scheduled to be in the field for at least another week. So he's going to go to a meeting at work with extremely upper management, and his boss, Yzma, Mrs. Jenkins, is going to make him work on the weekends to make up that 30-minute meeting.
This is just like The Office comes alive, where it's like, how does any of this exist?
Well, oh, I forgot to mention this in the author recap, but TJ used to work as a insurance adjuster.
He's drawing on reality.
So I think he had a lot of inspiration.
He had the beach mouse pad.
Yes.
I also like that it's just called extremely upper management. It's like no one knows what they
Yes.
do. They are just high up there and they manage.
Yes. Oh, here's another word. Okay. Um, Edith Clapper, a woman of undiscernible age, though he thought she gone past old into the fabled land of ancient, sat on her porch in her terry cloth bathrobe, pipe lit in her hand as it usually was, smoke curling up around her bouffant.
I don't know. I think it's either a head thing or it's a piece of clothing. My guess it's a piece of clothing for your head.
Okay.
Headwear.
Okay.
Or neckwear was my second guess.
Okay. Of a person's hair, styled so as to puff around, puff out in a rounded shape. A blonde lady with bouffant hair.
Wow. That can you only use
Mm-hmm.
it for hair? Because I would love to use that word for other circumstances. Bouffant
Um,
muffin.
so the formal thing is puffed out.
So you can.
I think you can, but I think most people take it in the form of the hair. And that's like I'm looking at it now. It's like the 50 style hair, like beaver
Oh,
cleaver. And it's
wow.
like the big round. And then there's like the little like flip.
Like Bob. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a
At the
lot of
bottom.
sense.
Hmm.
Hmm. All
We're
right.
learning.
Man, where do people learn all these words where they can just use them in a story like this?
I don't know, because I'd be right clicking and like picking stuff on my thesaurus, but I
I,
feel like he actually knew this one.
I know. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. The interaction with his neighbor is like so terrible, but also so funny.
Yes.
She's like, fine, go put on your pajamas and play that old record of yours. And he goes, I asked you to stop looking at me through my window. She says, of course you did.
We
Uh,
find out after 15 years of service, he was given an option to pick through a catalog, and he could pick like a cup or monogram pajamas. So he picked the pajamas and he loves them.
his pride and joy. Yeah, I mean, he seems to really love work. I like that's just his life. That's what he does. So before he goes to bed, he starts reading rules and regulations, which is like their million-page handbook for work. So he's ready for his meeting tomorrow.
Yes. Linus says something that I think is so relatable. He says, "Why is it that I must always worry about tomorrows?" I was like, yes, I agree. We do all worry about tomorrows, it seems. And then we see he's also a little sad. Um, a line he'd accepted long ago that some people, no matter how good their heart was or how much love they had to give, would always be alone. It was their
No.
lot in life. And Linus had figured out at the age of 27 that it seemed to be that way for him.
No. Poor Linus.
Yeah.
Do we ever learn about Linus's family? And or do you have any guesses what Linus' family was like?
I've never thought about where Linus came from. And I think it's because he's so boring. I have no interest in learning
Like paint
what
on the
made
wall.
him to be. Yeah. I just never thought about it. The only hint that I feel like we get is when his mom was like, you shouldn't, I can't remember what she said. She's like,
There was a mom thing. I forget though.
I had highlighted it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, Linus, his mother had told him once, it's never polite to revel in the suffering of others. What a terrible thing to do. He never allowed himself to revel. That's it. It kind of sounded like his parents, his mom at least, would say, don't do this, don't do that, be polite, blah, 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 and just kind
Mhm.
of turned him into like this.
You know that SpongeBob?
I
Hi,
was just
I'm
thinking that.
Norm.
Norm. That's what I was thinking. I was going to say the butter SpongeBob because he looked like a butter stick. Yeah, she turned him into Norm.
Norm.
Okay, chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
We need to get through. Well, I didn't finish reading all the way to chapter 10, but we need to get through at least chapter 5 in the next 10 minutes.
What if we got through chapter 4? Or
All
what
right,
about this
fine.
one? Maybe this one could actually be pretty good stopping spot because it's
Mm,
before he goes to the island.
yeah,
Then
that
all the
sounds
rest could
good.
be on the island. Okay. All right. Last chapter for this episode.
Is chapter 2?
Chapter 3. So we're
Chapter
going to do
3. Ah,
chapter 3.
yes. Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
All right. Perfect. All right. So, chapter 3, Linus goes to extremely upper management, and it has Harry Potter Ministry of Magic vibes, where it's a completely dark room. The management is sitting far above him like judges, and spotlights come on so he can see them. They assign him a mandatory promotion to investigate an orphanage on an island that they're concerned is being mismanaged. There are 6 kids on the island who are extremely special, and the master's monthly reports aren't detailed enough for them to be confident that he's managing well. So Linus will be sent there for 1 month to send detailed weekly reports, and he's the only one they can trust to do the job well. Plus, no one will miss him when he's gone. His train leaves tomorrow at 7 a.m.
We are also introduced to one of my favorite characters, Mrs. Bubblegum. And she is she's like the admin for extremely upper management. And she's always popping these really bright pink bubblegum.
Yeah. She kind of had like high school job vibes, but
Yes.
I don't think she's in high school. I don't know. It's unclear. She could be.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny. So he, of course, is scared to go up to extremely upper management because no one goes there unless something like super
Mm-hmm.
huge happens, and usually it's not something good. Um, and so he goes up the elevator and he's like debating whether he should get off the floor, and then the line keeps coming back from his mouse pad that says, "Don't you wish you were here?" And I'll need to find it. Oh, it says, um, no time for cow. So he's thinking about getting off the elevator and he says, no time for cowardice. Chin up. For all you know, maybe it's a promotion, a big promotion, one with higher pay, and you'll finally be able to go on that vacation you've always dreamed about. The sand on the beach, the blue of the ocean. Don't you wish you were there? He did. He wished it greatly.
It's like relatable.
Yeah. But then when he gets off the elevator, he looks back on it and he's like, oh, the elevator. Don't you wish you were there? Yes, greatly.
Yes. So he gets off the elevator and then he sees Mrs. Bubblegum and he's like, I think I'm supposed to be here. And she's just like, who are you? And then she realizes that he has an appointment with all of extremely upper management. So now Mrs. Bubblegum is interested in him. No, I have it.
Okay.
Okay, so he's talking to Mrs. Bubblegum, and
Oh.
he's like, "What are they like? Like all this stuff?" And she's not giving him a lot of anything. And he says, "What are they like? I've only seen them when they serve me lumpy potatoes." And the reason why I highlight this is because this week at my job, but a mere 2 days, 1 day ago, yesterday, we had a pancake breakfast where extremely upper management came in and served us pancakes. And supposedly, if you got them like right off the griddle, they were pretty good. But the ones I had were in like the tray, and they were the worst pancakes I've ever had in my life.
My gosh, how
Like,
do you mess up pancakes?
I don't even know. And then we had like these potatoes, and they tasted weird. And the whole thing tasted like these things used to be powder, and then you add water and they turn into food. And I was just thinking of Linus the whole time.
Don't you wish you were here?
Don't you wish you were here? Yeah. And then you find out Miss Bubblegum was making the lumpy potatoes. And he's just like, Linus is like, I want to die.
Yeah, TJ's definitely drawing on his time and insurance. He's like, I've
Yes.
experienced all of this.
So then he goes in, and then it says the lights began to shine at his feet, illuminating a pathway before him. That's what I highlighted. They were soft and yellow like a brick road. I was like, oh, a little allusion to the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. It's gonna start skipping.
Yeah. No, not there.
I don't know. I just thought this was also funny because this is like how it feels when you're called into like the office or to like the boss's office or
Yes.
something like it's all dark. The lights just go on one step at a
Yes.
time.
Yes.
But yeah,
But
so all the extremely upper management are like interviewing him and they're saying like, why do you like your job? Blah 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 blah. And they're like, he's perfect. He knows all the rules. He follows them perfectly. But they keep hiding from him what the actual request is, or the actual reason they brought him in for.
I think the most relatable thing is that Linus doesn't know any of these people's names, nor do they tell him the
Right.
names. So he just starts referring to them as Jowls, handsome, the bespectacled man. I thought that was really funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. And they're also like insulting him as they go.
What do they say?
So this is the thing. The bespectacled man stared down at Linus. Do you understand discretion, Mr. Baker? Linus felt insulted. I work with classified youth on a daily basis, he retorted, more sharply than he intended. I'm a vault. Nothing gets out. And it appears nothing gets in, the woman said. He'll do. Like, oh my God. Did
Wait,
you catch, like, do you get it?
I don't think so.
Because he's like a vault. He's like, nothing gets out. And then she's like, yeah, nothing gets in there either. She's saying he's stupid.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
he has
oh,
no critical thinking.
oh. I guess my vault was closed. I missed that one.
Yeah, yours was tied up real tight. Well, because even the upper management, because they're asking, they say, well, so Linus says, all children, no matter their disposition or what they're capable of, must be protected regardless of the cost. Giles coughed wetly. Do you really think so? Yes. And then this is Giles. And what becomes of the children in the orphanages you closed? Linus blinked. That's a matter for supervision. And this just kind of goes to highlight again where it's like Linus is not even thinking about what happens to these kids after he leaves. And he's like, what if you close down orphanages? He's like, I have no idea. I don't really care about it. Not my problem.
He's just so by the book in the same way Series of Unfortunate Events was so by the book to where it's like insane, where he's like,
Yeah.
this is my job description and it ends here. Not going to think about anything else, but I'm going to
Yeah.
know my one job really well.
Yeah. And he's like, they probably go to other schools that the places run. And it's like, I'm kind of dubious that that happens.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to the kids?
What?
What do you think happens to kids where the orphanages get closed?
Well, isn't there something else that's like, I think it's like secretly a prison, basically, but it's called something else. Do you
Oh,
know what I'm
like
talking about?
labor
Like in the
camps.
book. What?
Oh, oh.
What did you
I took
say?
it to I took it to a place of penal colony. I said a labor camp.
Oh, no, I
Okay.
thought there was something in the book that they can go to, but like it's basically a like a prison. Oh, or maybe is that the school?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
We'll
I'll come
come to it.
across it again. Yeah. But what happens to them? I don't know. Thrown to the streets or something, but they are not supposed to be out in
Hmm.
public. So I think just like solitary confinement or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, so we get a parallel to chapter one
Oh yeah.
because, oh, do you want to do it? I've been talking a lot.
Oh, sure. So the extremely upper management gives him his assignment and he's like, all right, you're going to go to this special island with kids that are level 4 classification. So they're super special. You're the one for the job. And he's like, when do I leave? What's going on? And they're like, do you have any questions? And he goes, yes. And he repeats like all 10 of his questions. And they say, good. And they turn off the lights.
They say,
Glad you don't have
we
any
can count on you.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I did have a question for you though. So, Mr. Werner, who I think is handsome guy,
Hmm.
it says that he has a vested interest in this island orphanage. Why do you think? Well, you've already read it. I have
I
a
already read
prediction.
it. Yeah. So why
My
do you think?
prediction is that he has a kid on the island. Pretty good prediction, huh?
That's pretty good. I like that. I think you're onto something.
Oh my gosh, I think I know which kid too.
Which
We'll
one?
get to it we'll get into it to the next episode.
Oh, you're right. Leave us on a
Mhm.
cliffhanger. Wow, Chrissy, you're really trying to drum up the interest in Bookalicious Pod.
Gotta do my civil duty.
That's right. Okay, let's sign off and then
Oh,
we'll
we
sign
need an
back
ending.
in.
We need a nice ending.
Oh,
Yeah. Cool. Well, this was fun. So,
yeah.
chapter 4 next time.
Yep. Okay, see you there.
Sounds good. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bookalicious. If you like this discussion, please rate or subscribe to our channel to help other book lovers find this content as well. If you have any questions or suggestions for future books, we'd love to hear from you at bookalicious.pod@gmail.com. As always, thanks for joining our club.